Hey guys, Raymond here from our Hatfield Photography, Indianapolis wedding photographer, and today I am here with a few tips to make SEO a little bit more simple for wedding photographers. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm here to make SEO simple for wedding photographers. Now, if you're a wedding photographer, I'd be willing to bet that you really want to be on the first page of Google when somebody searches your city wedding photographer, right? Isn't that the whole point? The key to getting Google to recognize who you are and what you do is what's called SEO, Search Engine Optimization. And that's exactly what it is, optimization. What's the difference between somebody who runs marathons and an Olympic marathon runner? I mean, they're both runners, they're both athletes, they're both very good at what they do, so what's the difference? The Olympic athlete once was the marathon runner, but they have optimized their body to squeeze out every inch of performance. SEO is exactly the same. You can't have a blank website that hasn't been touched in 2 years and expect to be on the front page of Google because you just inserted some SEO magic. It just doesn't work like that. This SEO advice is only to help squeeze out every last ounce of power and greatness out of your website to help more of the right clients find you. Disclaimer. I am in no way, shape, or form any sort of SEO expert. I don't call myself one. But what I can tell you is I've done a ton of things wrong. I have read a ton of books about SEO specifically for photographers. So the tips below are just what I have found to be the most beneficial and helpful to my website and my ranking on Google. In Google. On Google? In Google? I don't know. Let's go ahead and get into this. I have broken down my method into 3 simple objectives. You need to, 1, let Google know what you do. You need to, 2, let Google know that you're in it for the long haul. And possibly the hardest, you need to, 3, get people to spend as much time on your website as possible. And if you follow my guide and do these 3 things, Google will have no choice but to tell that you are a power player and boost you up much higher in the search ranks. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty good to me. So if you want to start ranking higher in Google, the first thing that you need to do is let Google know what it is that you do. Sounds easy, right? Well, when I first started out, I think that this was the hardest part. You need to be clear without sounding fake. You don't want to say, Austin wedding photographer does Austin wedding photography at an Austin wedding in Texas. Guess what? Google can see right through you and your nonsense. So instead, say something like the wedding photography blog for couples names Austin wedding at venue name. When you read that, you can imagine that coming out of somebody's mouth. And Google appreciates that. And adding unique file names to all of your photos gives you another chance to let Google know what it is that you do. I'm guessing most of your photos are called couple's last name, date.jpg, right? That tells Google nothing about what it is that you do and where you're from. So when you go to upload the photo, just go ahead and change the file name to couple kissing at venue name altar.jpg. And because you said altar venue name, Google's gonna get an idea that it probably was a wedding, and since you're uploading the photos, there's a very good chance that you're a wedding photographer. And because the venue name is in it, Google can probably get a pretty good idea of where it is that you are doing wedding photography. So when you add file names to your photos, just treat Google like your blind friend. So the number 2 thing that you need to do is let Google know that you're in it for the long haul. What does that mean, in it for the long haul? It means that Google's not gonna rank you first in the listings if it doesn't think that you're gonna keep doing this for a while. So what you need to do is update your website consistently rather than more often. This is why blogging is so important. It's just a way of creating content that will give Google a easier and better way of figuring out what it is that you do. So if you're a newer photographer, or like me when I was first starting out, I would update my website every single time I got new content. But here's the problem. When winter came along, I was basically a ghost. You're only posting new content that you have and you're not shooting engagements or weddings in the winter, well then you have nothing to post. So coming up with a blogging or marketing strategy will really ensure that you have content to post year round. So this is why consistency is more important than more often. Let's say you've been doing this for maybe 2-3 years and you have 15 weddings booked for next year. Let's say that very conservatively, only 1/3 of those weddings that you've booked have engagements. Boom, there's 20 blogs. So throughout the year, you can sprinkle in blogs like maybe some of your year's favorite wedding dresses, your favorite venues in your city, preparing your clients for engagement photos. You can post 5 tips to save money when planning your own wedding. Of course, you're gonna post a year in review, and boom, there's like way more than 26 blogs right there. So it's just another way to keep posting consistently to keep your audience engaged and at the top of their mind when it comes time to looking for a wedding photographer. All right, we made it to step number 3. Getting people to spend as much time on your website as possible. Now you may be thinking, I can get people to come to my website. Why do I need them to stay longer? Oh, you're learning. Good question. This is the easiest, most fun, and most rewarding part. Here's how you get people to spend more time on your website. Make videos. What? I know what you're thinking, but Raymond, I am scared to death to get in front of the camera. Well, no worries, because I got you covered. I've talked about it before, and I'm going to continue to talk about it. My favorite way to make videos? Animoto. You don't have to be in front of the camera. Animoto simply takes your photos, sets them to a theme, you can add music, and then you're done. And when it all comes together, you can deliver pure gold to your couples. You've now created an amazing video that your couples won't be able to help themselves from sharing with their friends. After you've created your Animoto video, simply upload it to your YouTube channel. You have one, right? And then just embed it on your website. Post the link from your website onto Facebook, tag the clients, everybody sees it, the clients love it, and suddenly you just got a ton of traffic. Now, instead of spending 20 or 30 seconds on your website, now they're going to be spending a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes on your website. So in short, if you want Google to do you any sort of favor by ranking you at the top of your search results, just start acting like a human. I'm guessing that you've been a human before, so this should be pretty easy for you. The thing is, you're not going to outsmart Google when it comes to ranking you higher in the search results. And if you could, well, being a wedding photographer is probably really underutilizing your skill set. Do you have a favorite SEO tip that I did mention in this video? Go ahead and post it in the comments below so that others can find it as well. Maybe you'll help out another photographer. I truly believe in community over competition, and that's why I share all of these tips. I really just want to help you, and I want to help you succeed. If you have any questions, I would absolutely love to hear them. I just want to watch you succeed. So again, check me out on Facebook, facebook.com/rhatfieldphotography, Instagram, instagram.com/rhatfieldphoto, Snapchat, rhatfieldphoto, or shoot me an email, raymond@rhatfieldphotography.com. Lastly, this is Raymond Hatfield, Indianapolis wedding and engagement photographer. I really hope that I help make a little bit more sense out of SEO for you, and I hope that you can implement it into your own website and start dominating the ranks. All right, guys, until next time, good luck, and I will see you later.